Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Carlene plus Jaime. Here we are again on another Friday evening, occupying your YouTube space, your TV, your phones, your iPad, whatever device it is that you are watching or even listening to us on. We're so grateful that you are with us. For those of you who are watching and you're like, man, I think it'll be so cool to subscribe to this lovely couple. We ask that you go ahead and do that for us. Even now, we're grateful and thankful for our subscribers. We've gained quite a few subscribers over, I guess, since we came back.
Absolutely.
And so we are grateful. We're thankful for all the love shown. I know that the conversation that was had last week, much needed conversation on friendship, and it was just really awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome because it was Carlene minus Jaime, but it was all good.
Sounds like you're a little bit in your feelings.
No, I'm not in my feelings. I'm just waiting for the male episode,
Okay.
the husband's episode, because I know that's gonna be fire. So look out for that. That's gonna be coming soon.
Yes.
But I thought it was a great conversation. It was refreshing. Those of you that haven't watched this yet, I encourage you to go back and check it out or listen to it on Spotify or Apple. But it was nice to hear women's perspective on friendships, even marriage, right? All of you are married to pastors that are currently in the work and that are not. So that was really cool. So I thought that was pretty dope, pretty exciting, good conversation.
Yeah, it was a really good conversation. For those of you who showed love on the, in the conversation, like you kind of reached out to me or to the other ladies, and you, DMs and all the things. We are so grateful for the feedback, and it was a really good conversation. I think how important it is to show the beauty, and that's the word I use to basically describe the journey of friendship. I think it's just amazing in this season, or this in this seasoned age. None of us on the couch were in our 30s, late 40s, early 50s, right? And so being able to have great conversation, grown conversation around friendship, and be able to share what our experiences were, and just essentially, we really just wanted everyone that watched that episode to feel seen and to know that you're not by yourself, you're not alone, and that's what Carlene plus Jaime is essentially. We want for our content to be relatable, that other couples, other people can be like, man, I'm not alone. Because I think this thing called life, sometimes I feel like things that I go through that I am experiencing by myself. And sometimes that can feel very isolating. That can feel very lonely. And so being able to just tap in and to know like, oh my gosh, they experience the same thing, or to glean or to gain insight on a particular topic or issue that you and your spouse might be experiencing, I think is just amazing. And I think that's why we've coined our podcast, Carlene plus Jaime, the mentors for the messy middle. Just really honing in on how important it is to find mentors, to have mentors, but also find people that you can grow with and people that you can relate with.
Yeah, absolutely. So I also wanted to remind the listeners that in the bio, in the description, there's going to be a link to a survey that we would really love if you can fill it out, because that's going to help us with content and then also help us with what we're planning for in the future. So if you need to find the survey, it's going to be a direct link on there, but then you can also go to carleneplusjaime.com and you'll see the link there as well as some other cool interactive stuff that couples can do, some assessments and questions that they can ask themselves. But look, I'm excited about this episode.
I'm excited about the episode, but before I go on to the episode, before we go on and talk about the episode, there's more.
What?
So really quick life update. So just want to highlight, shout out on the mountaintops, this man sitting right next to me. I think it is important to acknowledge your spouse, to affirm your spouse. What are you doing?
I'm just enjoying all this
Okay.
affirmation.
Okay.
That's what I do when I'm affirmed.
Gotcha.
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jaime has been in a doctoral program, I believe, since 2018 or 16. Sorry.
No,
17?
no.
2017.
Yeah, about that 2017.
So 2017.
I feel like no, it was like right before I got sick. So
Yeah.
2018.
I feel like it was a little before then.
Okay, 17. All right.
But around there, for sure. Jamie had just finished his Doctor of Ministry degree, and maybe a month later,
It was a month. It was about a good year.
it felt like
Year
a
and a
month.
half.
It felt like a month that he basically came to me and told me that he's interested. He wants to enroll in a doctoral program, a PhD program, and I was like, "Yeah, this is great. Go ahead, go for it." And so, with the challenges of life, with sickness, with moving, with stress, and all the things that you can imagine, Jamie successfully. You should tell them what you did.
Yay, I successfully defended my PhD
Whoop,
in front
whoop.
of my professors and my peers, right? So some of y'all that are watching this right now, you know who you are. You locked in, logged on, and listened to my professors kind of take me through the ringer of my doctoral research. But nevertheless, at the end of the day, I heard those two words,
Yes.
I passed.
Yes.
So the title of my dissertation was Digital Griots, Playing Lottery Tickets, a study of hip hop and social transformation in Ghana's Fix the Country movement. So currently, I am a hip hop scholar.
Okay, hip
I am
hop
a
scholar.
hip hop scholar. I
Come
study
through.
hip hop in Ghana, and then I've got a dope, really dope idea that I'm lining up that I can't wait to share with the public about something that I'm going to do in relation to that. But thank you. Look, this dissertation, there's going to be, when I'm ready to publish it, a dedication page to this beautiful woman that is sitting right next to me, to my beautiful daughters for bearing with me, with traveling, with locking in and locking away from them, and just completing this document. So this is our PhD. Like, you put in just as much work as I did, and I celebrate this with you. So I'm done. I'm done.
We hope so.
Done.
But
Done,
yeah,
done.
but on the real, like, I think it's just a testament of God's goodness, of God's leading, of God's help, right? And the glory really goes to God
Oh, absolutely.
in all of it, because I know He was the one helping you to navigate those challenges and still be able to write papers, to sit in classes and stuff like that. So all praise goes to God, but I also would like to, I don't want to say but, I would also like to just acknowledge and affirm the this I was and we were talking about this the other day when I was like this black boy growing up in Canarsie, essentially with a single parent home. Your father was very involved in your life, even though you lived in a single parent home. Your dad was very involved. But just thinking about like your trajectory, like if I looked at you and your transcripts, right? Your transcript in high school, like you would essentially be
a statistic, one of those statistics, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
And just to think that, not only do you have a bachelor, a master's, a doctor of ministry, but now you have a PhD. Like, whoa, that's major. And I applaud you, and I celebrate your accomplishments, and I'm just really excited to see what else God is going to do through you. As I told you this week, like I feel like I feel like if you can somehow overcome this challenge and still be able to reach or meet your goal, then I know the world is literally waiting for you to do something even more amazing. And I can't wait to see it. And I hope that you look back at this moment and to really take note of it, to know that whatever other things that you have, because I know that you have a whole lot of other things that you want to accomplish, that whatever that is, once you go with God, that you can face those challenges and you can succeed and you can be successful. So
Oh man, thank you,
blessed to
sweetie.
you.
That was good. So it is archived, right? So this is documented. So as long as YouTube is around, I can go back and watch,
I hope
relive
so.
this moment.
I
But
hope so.
yeah, you know, with you by my side and with God leading us, I know that anything is possible. So
Amen.
just looking forward to it and just celebrating us and you and your endeavors and what you're going to do. I know we've had some conversations, so look out for that as well. But yeah, we a team.
We're a
Teamwork
team.
makes the dream work.
And that,
There's no I in team.
okay, all right. Finger pointing, but
That's
yeah.
right, to you.
So essentially, this isn't our topic for tonight, but we're just gonna go ahead and start talking about what we have in store for you all tonight. So we are talking about pet peeves, and more specifically, like in marriage, like you go through this phase of, you go through the honeymoon phase, right? Of everything is great, everything's beautiful, like almost that person can do no wrong. And you love this person so much and you fall even more deeply in love with them every single day. And then there comes a point where you're just like, I really, really love you. Like, oh my gosh, I would do anything for you. But then there's some days where I just don't like you.
Yeah, I love you, but I don't like you.
I don't.
I love you, but every time I don't like you, yo. Like I love you. I will ride or die for you. But there are moments when I really don't like some of the things you do.
Yep.
I
Yep.
love you, but I don't like you. Like you get on my nerves.
Yeah. How many times you gonna say that?
I don't know. It's just.
I was like, wait, you saying that way too much.
No. I'm just saying that
Okay.
I'm sure that I'm saying it for a lot of people that are watching us right now.
Okay.
That they probably don't know how to express that.
Okay. And so you just kind of, okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to help walk them through it. I help
Gotcha.
them see their way through things.
Got it.
Yeah.
And so with pet peeves, I know that I didn't start seeing Jamie's pet peeves for real, like my pet peeves towards Jamie. Not until like maybe 6 months. Then I noticed them before. Let me not lie. I noticed them before, but for some reason in the honeymoon phase, I kind of glossed over them, right? I was so in the clouds. I was so like, oh my gosh, like we're married. Like, oh, this is amazing. And I would see certain things that you would do and I'd be like, ooh, I don't like it. But because I was so in the clouds, cloud nine, that I felt like if I said something that it would kind of interject this discorded note into this like beautiful thing that we had together, right? And so when we think about pet peeves, I'm going to think about one pet peeve that I did not like I hated it. You ready?
If you must, go ahead. For educational purposes, you may go ahead and you may tell the people.
Okay. So one pet peeve that you had when we first got married was not, it wasn't the shaving and the hair on the thing, because for the most part, you were really particular about that as well.
Yeah, I'm very perfect.
Okay, that's not the word that came to mind. But essentially I was just like, that was pretty awesome that you did. You didn't leave the toilet seat down.
Thank you. Spit it out. The people want to know. They don't want to. They want to know what I want to know. What your pet peeve is? Spit it out. Let them hear.
So the pet peeve that I felt that I was just like, ooh, what is that? Was I'm almost like not nervous to say, but the pet peeve, and it's not bad.
Okay, spit it out. If it's not bad, the people want to hear. Don't you want to hear?
So the pet peeve was that you felt that it was okay to not make the bed after. So what used to happen is I used to go to work early I used to go to work and you would stay home and do pastoral stuff. And I remember coming home and saying to myself, oh shoot, this bed is not made up. What is happening?
Did you really say, oh, shoot?
Yeah, I said, oh shoot.
Oh, okay.
Shoot. And so I remember like glossing over it. Like, I think I just made the bed up. But after it happened more than once, like a few times, I was like, wait a minute. This is like this is something that's not, like, this is something that just keeps happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember having a conversation with you and saying like, yo, like, this has to, making up the bed. Because you can wait later to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But there will be some times where I would come home and see the bed unmade. I'd be like, whoa, can we please make the bed up?
Wow. Yes, I know that. So Carlene has an issue with the bed not being made up by the time she comes home. Mm-hmm. I'm like, we about to get back in the bed and mess it up anyway, so why make it up? And maybe I just want to go back into the bed and sleep. So I didn't know that was an issue for her. She kept living with it until she actually dealt with it. Can I tell you my pet peeve?
Oh dear. Sure. Tell the people.
Where should I begin? No, just thanks. So one of my pet peeves.
I thought I was perfect.
I'm trying to figure out which one.
Okay. Holds more weight?
Yeah, holds more weight.
This is interesting.
There's two.
Okay.
There's actually two, and I'm gonna name.
Oh, I think I already know which one.
No,
okay.
I don't know if you know this.
Okay.
So it's one of the pet peeves I don't like is when Carlene will try to have. Let me look at you. Carlene will try to have conversations with
me.
Look at me. I'm sorry. Carlene will have one of the people here.
Okay.
Carlene will try to have conversations with me while I'm brushing my teeth.
Oh.
I do not like to talk while I'm brushing my teeth. It's something about it that just grosses me out. It drives me crazy. And she wants to have a whole conversation while I'm brushing my teeth. And I always have to go and try to say, wait, because she's trying to talk to me. I can't do it. It drives me nuts. That's one. The other one is Carlene wants to have a conversation with me while she's in the shower. If you know anything, how difficult it is to talk to somebody while they are in the shower, because first of all, they're in an enclosed area, the water is coming down, and I would respond to her and she's like, huh? And then I'll say it louder. And let's just, huh? And so I'll say it even louder. And then I'll hear, well, you don't got to yell. Why you got to say it like that for? I'm like, wait till you come out the shower. So there's a few things with you and talking. The other one, I got one.
Oh gosh! Wait,
I got one more.
This wasn't supposed to be like a. I'm just gonna go ahead and vent. Like this is a venting. Phase.
I'm sorry. It's always with talking. So this is the other thing Carlene does that drives me crazy.
Oh dear!
I don't like talking to Carlene while she's talking on the phone to other people. She will break conversation with whomever she's talking to start having a conversation with me. I don't like that. I do not. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, when your parents be on the phone?
Yes.
And they be like, here, talk to this person. You're like, I don't want to talk to them. So my pet peeves are always around talking.
I think it's around talking, but one of the things I'm surprised that you did not bring up was the fact that, like, this used to happen, like, first years of marriage. I'd say first 7 years of marriage, or maybe 8, maybe 10. I don't know. But so for me, when we go to a restaurant, or if I have leftovers of sorts, or, I may have, we're laughing now, but this joint used to get on Jamie's nerves so much. So I would literally like have a little foil, right? Like, say for instance, if I was eating say a sandwich, right? And I didn't finish the sandwich, like I'm full, like I don't want to finish it, but I'm going to leave it for later. So I put it in a piece of foil paper to leave for later. And so when Jamie goes in the fridge to clean the fridge or anything like that.
For garbage, yeah.
Oh, you're right. You're looking for, is there anything to throw away at the end of the week? And it's just these pieces of foil paper with different kinds of food wrapped in. And I think it's the Caribbean in me, right? That says you don't waste anything, that you put in the fridge. Whether or not I get back to eating it, that's debatable, right? But the point is, I think in the moment, I'm like, this makes sense. Like, this is a really good idea to just go ahead and save this for later. And Jaime would get so mad, not mad, but just annoyed at the fact that I would do that.
Because you're not gonna eat it. I know.
Sometimes
I've been
I
mad.
do.
You're not gonna eat it. And it's sometimes, y'all. It's not even like a whole sandwich. It's a one bite. It's a morsel, and it's like these little foil papers, foil wrap, foil boils. They're not even like they're balls crumpled up in the fridge all over. And I just go in there and I just start tossing them in the garbage because I know if I ask you, can I throw this away? You're gonna say, no, save it, leave it. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it. Never gets eaten. I end up throwing it away. She doesn't even know that I threw it away because that's how long it'll be in the fridge. But yes.
But there are times where I would return looking for the said whatever, and it'll be completely gone. Then I'll be upset because I'm just like, yo, I was gonna eat that. But so I'm surprised.
3 weeks later, I was gonna eat that.
But I'm surprised.
It's hard. It's stale. I forgot about that one.
Yeah,
but I think what jumped out in my brain. I think the spicy in the shower is the newest one.
It's new. I feel like it's where we are. It's our location.
It's the newest one. Huh?
But I love talking. Like, so after coming home, after working, like that's the time I want to talk to him about my day. And I'm trying to talk, and instead of him come into the bathroom and talk to me, he's in the bedroom, and I'm just like, just come in the bathroom and talk to me. So that's what I'm like.
Because I got to stand up and I got to lean on something.
Am I not worth it?
You are absolutely worth it, but can't you just finish bathing and then come talk?
You know, like how sometimes in the shower, like I feel like my mind flows different than like this is a moment where I'm like I'm taking a shower, right? Versus when when I get out the shower, I'm like ready to go to the next thing. And so I think that's why.
My mind flows different when I'm talking to you when you in the shower too.
Mercy. So these are some of the pet peeves. Clearly Jaime has more pet peeves that he had in his arsenal that he was just like, psh, psh, psh.
It just one just reminded me of the other.
Wow.
That was it.
But it's good to know. It's good to know. I'm not surprised. We've talked about this. And so that's the part that is important, right? There are a lot of things in your relationship dynamic that you will not like about your spouse. But I think what's important is one, you are communicating what those pet peeves are so that you can kind of adjust, you can pivot, you can kind of talk through like, yo, this thing, it annoys the mess out of me and I don't like it.
Yeah.
And then you figure out how you can compromise and how you can adjust. So I think the first thing is talking about it. Don't be afraid to talk about what it is that annoys you about your spouse or what it is that gets under your skin. Because sometimes I didn't know that putting my stuff in the fridge annoyed him until he made mention, until he caught an attitude. And I was like, yo, what's wrong with you? Why you so angry? But I understood after the conversation, like, he's just like, yo, this doesn't make sense. Like, if you feel like you're not going to eat it, just go ahead and throw it in the trash. Like, it's okay. I promise you, it's okay.
Yeah. We'll get more.
Yeah.
It's all right. We'll buy another one. We'll have more. Because, like, what's the saying? Come see me is different from come live with me. And, like, so we dated 7 years before we got married.
Mm-hmm. I like this. I like sitting on the couch with you. Like, I feel like we're talking, but the cameras are on, but it feels like we're having a conversation. I'm sorry. I had to insert that.
Yes. Are you guys liking the new digs? Like, we changed it up a little bit. We're going to go back to the other thing, but change it up a little bit. But yes, as I was saying.
Sorry.
There is a saying. come see me is different from come live with me. And we were dated for 7 years.
Yeah. Why are you laughing?
Because that saying is really true.
It is.
Because like we were dating and then we got married
Yeah.
and it's like, yo, like, and then we're in the same space. We come home to each other, we wake up to each other. So I think what I'm expressing, what I'm trying to say is that no matter who you marry, they're going to have things that they do that are going to annoy you. It's just normal. There's no perfect marriage. There's no perfect person. You are who you are, right? Jay-Z says you are who you are before you got here. You could change anything, but that's just the top layer, right? So anyway, I kind of fit, but didn't. But anyhow, right? Like the person that you are marrying is who they are. And I think when marriages, you just have to be flexible enough to not change the person, but to be able to adjust and to be open enough to express yourself without any kind of like retribution or yelling or arguing. Like I think that's like the important part because I adjusted. I started making up the bed. You still talk to me in the shower, but at least that is one of the things that, and I think like sometimes you forget.
Yes, I
and
do.
then you remember like, okay, he doesn't like talking in the shower because I think I do things to make you remember.
Yes.
We spoke about this, but it's good to know that at the end of the day that we still love each other the same way we did whenever we said I do or whenever I asked you to marry me. And I think it's just a mature realization that we're different people. We have different upbringings, but we're coming together to create this new world. So,
yeah. And I think that's important too, recognizing that you are both coming from two environments, right? Two different environments. You have not experienced the same thing. My norm in terms of leaving leaving bits of food was something that I experienced. Like I used to do when living with at home with my mom, and so understanding that I don't know why it is that you don't like talk. I mean, I know why, but like you're just like, this is absolutely, I don't want to talk while I'm brushing my teeth. Like it's gross. You know what I mean? So understanding that the two of you separate, kind of two different people coming together and trying to make it work, trying to make it fit. I think communication is one. I think patience is another. I think also remembering that you love each other, right? Leading always from a space of, at the end of the day, I may not like you in this moment. Like that thing that you did annoyed the mess out of me. But at the end of the day, I love you to pieces. And this is something that we can work through. We will work through. And hopefully on the other side of this would be something that we can sit on the couch and talk and laugh about and not be upset or mad about.
Yeah. And there'll always be, I think as long as you're married, they'll always be there.
Yes.
Right. There's always going to be something or a thing that you're going to be like, look, I love you, but I don't like you right now. Like, I don't like that. But I think the core is the first part. I love you.
Yes.
And you just sometimes got to learn how to go with the punches, go with the flow, and just remember, like you said, at the core, it is, I love you.
Yes.
It is, I love you. Like, I mean, we haven't even, I'm sure maybe at some point, we'll talk about our kids, right? Like there are things that your kids are going to do that are going to be like, yo, why do you do this? Where is your brain?
Right.
And then you're going to be like, dang, that was probably me when I was at that age. That's why you have patience. But, when we start talking about parenting and with our kids and just some of the things that they do, Lord, with, going to school, getting ready for school.
Yeah, that's a whole nother episode for sure.
Yeah.
That we have some that our parents can relate to with regards to that. And thank you for inserting that, because we also not only want to talk about marriage, but we also very much want to talk about our reality as parents and parenting in this era, in this this season of America, in this all of it, right? In this teenage years, all the things. And so that's definitely something that's come up and coming. But
And you forgot to mention we celebrated a birthday.
we did celebrate a birthday. That's right. That's right. Our oldest, Caitlin, turned 15 on Tuesday.
15.
Yeah. So we can continue. That'll probably be something, another conversation that we'll have about, these years that are quickly passing us by, these teenage years. But yeah, I think that's something really good for you all to look forward to in our conversation. But essentially, we are at the end of our time, at the end of our show. We thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to go ahead and pass it to my main man.
My main man. Thank you, my ace boom coon.
So you can go ahead and close us out.
Yeah, so thank you for rocking with us again on another episode of Carlene plus Jaime. Once again, we want to remind you to check out the past episodes. We've got some great content out there, particularly to the last one with the ladies that were discussing just navigating friendships, reality at the space and place of life that they are in right now. But then let's also remember to make sure that you subscribe, that you like, that you comment, and that you share, and that you join us next time for another episode of Carlene plus Jaime.
Peace.